Hey guys, first of all, I apologize for not uploading a video in the past 2 weeks. The reason was I fell sick, guys. I fell sick and I was sick for about 5 to 6 days, I think, about a week. So that's the primary reason why I wasn't able to upload a video. Anyway, let's jump into the content of this video. In this video, we'll see how we can create a mesh network using which we can create a group chat feature in our Ionic tree application. So this is going to be a conceptual video where there might not be any programming. Anyway, thanks to all my patrons for supporting me, and let's just jump right into this video. Hey guys, sorry. So yeah guys, so excuse me for if this isn't that much visible cause I don't have a overhead rig setup or something like that. I just tilted my tripod on a table and then placed a white color chart over the table on which I am going to demonstrate some stuff. The thing is I am not that good with animations, guys, so I couldn't create an animation or something for this. So rather than that, I decided to go the traditional way, use a marker and then draw with it on a white chart. So yeah, rather than me blabbering about something that's not totally relevant to this video, let's just jump right into the video. We already jumped into the video, right? Let's just jump right into the content. So what is this mesh? What is a mesh network? How is it going to create how is it going to help us in writing a group chat? That's our question here, right? Excuse the ambient noises you might hear in the background, guys. That's because I'm doing this during daytime, and yeah, that's the reason. India is quite a bit noisy. So yeah, what's mesh? What's this mesh network, and what exactly? Oh, is it being shown on the camera? I'll try zooming it out. Yeah, now it's being shown, right? So I have to write a bit bigger so that you guys will be able to. I'll use a black one. Yeah, I got two markers. Anyway, what's this mesh? Oh, I wrote it somewhere that's totally not visible in this. I'll zoom out still. Or write it again here. What's this mesh? Okay. Mesh is something I can simply put a textbook definition of that here in post editing, but I think I am not going to do that. People might refer mesh. People might refer to some untangled, tangled mesh of wires, that's a mesh of wires or something. Say for example, your headphones are tangled, and that's nothing but tangled headphones, right? You'll probably take around 5 to 10 minutes for you to untangle that, but that's not a mesh. Mesh in simple terms is this is a mesh, for example. This is a piece of cloth, right? It's nothing but a group of threads that are tangled together in some order. So that's a mesh. That's, in simple terms, that's a mesh. Since it's done in an ordered way, we get this piece of cloth. It is in a rectangular shape, I guess. So this is a mesh of threads. You get what I'm trying to say here, right? So how is this going to help us in creating a group chat? Or how is this concept going to help us engineer a group chat in our application, Ionic 3 application? So group chat, if you mingle the concept of both, if you combine the concept of both a mesh network and a group chat, in simple terms, what you will understand is that in a group chat, every user is connected with every other user, right? So if a user sends a message from his mobile, that message should reach every other user's mobile, and if a user replies to that message, then that message should reach every other user's mobile in that particular group, right? So automatically you can see that it's nothing but a mesh network. You get my point, right? I'll demonstrate it better. I'll explain it better with example, or rather I'll show how to I'll say how we are trying to achieve this in our application that we are writing so far. So assume that this is a Firebase database screen that you are seeing. Okay. Now there will be a say for example here this guy is a user. Okay, here is a user. This guy is creating a group. Okay, this guy is creating a group, and what he is doing is adding another user and adding another user. Okay, now what he will do, he will send a message to the group. This message should reach this guy and this guy. Then this guy will reply. This message should reach the creator and the other member, and similarly and so on and so on. If this groups as more and more users get added, then the messages should reach each and everyone else in the group, right? So how are we trying to achieve this in Firebase, using Firebase, that is? So what we will do is, first of all, I'll say the simplest approach. The simplest approach is always the easiest one and the one that you can understand very well. So we will start with the simplest approach. The simplest approach would be, say for example, a user. Oh, is this being shown on the chart? This much area is here. Okay. Say for example, is this being shown? Yeah, this. A guy creates first there is a group chats collection. Okay, group chats collection, and inside this what happens is that, is it too tiny? Maybe I zoom a bit. Yeah, there is a group chats collection. So inside this, first I am creating a one user. Okay, I am creating one user, and this user is random UID. Okay, random UID 1, and under this what I'll have is a message board. And a members list. Okay, then when this guy tries to add another user, what will happen is the other user will have his own thing, his own node, random UID 2, and he will have his own message board and his own members. So this random UID 2 will be added here, and this random UID 1 will be added here. You get my point, right? So when the user tries to send a message, say for example this guy is sending a message, then the message will get into this message board, it will be added here, as well as then it will take this members list, and there are the UIDs, right, in the members list. It will go navigate again, reach this, and it will also push the message into this message board. It's pretty much easy, right? All you have to do is firebase.database.ref.child this UID dot child message board dot push that new message. So both of these guys will be in the how do I say? Both of these guys can see the same message since it is available in both their message boards. You get my point, right? So which in turn means that it's group chat. Say for example another guy joins random UID 3. So this guy, what he'll have is as soon as remember that the creator is the one who is able to add all these users. Okay, so when the creator adds this, this will again have RUID 3 as well now, and this will have RUID 3 as well now. So this will have a message board and a members list. This members list will have RUID 1 and RUID 2, right? Oh, this is not visible. Okay. Yeah, where was I? Yeah. Now you understand what's happening here, right? This is how it will look on Firebase. Under this message board, we will have all this messages, message 1, and this will also have message 1. You get my point, right, guys? Each and every time this creator is adding one user, then a new node will be created, for that particular user, and inside that particular user's node, I left out one thing, guys, sorry. Inside that particular user's node, the name of the group will be there. For example, the name of the group here is group 1. Okay, so inside this particular user here it will be group 1, and inside this, so here also it will be group 1, and inside this group 1. So if UID 2 is creating another group, say for example UID 2 is creating another group, then that will also be created under him like this, and that group will have its own message board and members. You get what I'm trying to say here, right? This is how a simple group chat mechanism can be engineered in your application, guys. Again, if this is too small, I'm really sorry, guys. I don't exactly know how else to explain this concept. I'll say it once more in a much simpler way so that you guys can understand if you hadn't understood anything so far. Group network can be achieved using a mesh network inside our Ionic 3 application. So how are we going to create this? First, let's start with the backend, which is Firebase. Each and every time I have a collection called group chats. Each and every time user creates a group, a new new node under the user's UID is added inside. Under the user's UID is added with the group's name, and under that there are two lists that are added. One is the message board and another is the members. So the message board will have all the messages sent in that group, and the members will have all the members added to that group. Whenever the user adds one member to that group, the UID of that member will get added inside the members list, as well as the UID, if the member is already existing in the group chats collection, a new group will be created under that particular user's UID. If not new, the entire node will be created as new, and then the message board and members will be added under him as well. Inside the members members node thing, the members list will contain the creators UID, whereas the creators members list will contain the members UID. So the next time a user is added, the creators list will have the creators members list will not only have the second members UID, it will also have the third members UID. Then it will go to second members UID and add the third members UID as well. Then it will go to this guy's members list and add both the UID 1 and UID 2. You get what I'm trying to say here, right? In a simple way, is this being shown in the camera? Yeah, it is being shown in the camera. So this is one user. He has created one group, okay, and he is adding another user. So this guy's name is being stored. This user will have his own message board and members list. So this guy's messages will be stored in his message board, which he will be able to access in his mobile device or whatever device he uses, and he will have a list of members under a list of members. So this guy will also have his own message board under group chats collection, under group chats collection, under his UID, under the group name, and that will have the list of members which are also present in this list, except this guy's UID, except his UID, he will have all the list of UIDs of the other group members which he will get from this list. You get my point, right? Similarly, if another user is added, that is this user, random user 3 UID 3 is added, this guy will have his own message board and members list. This message board, which he will be able to track access in his device. This message, this members, what it will have is, it will have the UID of the creator and all the UIDs under the creator's members list except his own UID. You get my point, right? So in essence, each and every member of that group will have a node under the group's name under his UID in group chats collection, and he will also have a copy of all the messages that he sent as well as received in that group since the time he joined in that group. Not only that, he will have a members list as well of all the members who are in that particular group along with the creator except his own UID in that particular list. So this is how I hope you understood, guys. This is how group chat is engineered from scratch in your in any application. Now you might wonder, is there any way to simplify this, right? So let's talk about simplifying. So in if you understood this concept, whatever I am going to say now for simplifying will be very, very easy, guys. Let me move this chart to either one of the sides so that, or should I zoom out? If I zoom out, it won't be that much good. Everything will become very tiny, right? I have to move the recorder as well. Wait a minute, guys. Give me a minute. Okay, how exactly are we going to simplify this? For now, ignore this entire thing. We'll put a cloth on that. For now, ignore this entire thing. Okay, this is where I'm going to show you how to simplify this entire structure, and that's how we'll be implementing it in our group chat application. Okay, it's already like 15 minutes, right? I'll try to edit this and make it as short as possible. Anyway, where was I? Yeah, we are going to simplify this, right? So in order to create a simple, in order to simplify this, I'll show you a technique. There might be n number of techniques to simplify this as well. So whichever suits you, you can follow. Okay. There might even be flaws in my technique as well. Please post it in the comments. I'm more than happy to accept all my errors and then learn from it. So let me just, for example, this we are having a group chats collection in Firebase. Okay. How can we simplify that? How can we simplify this entire thing? This seems like too much work, right? Every time we have to, every time a member is added, we have to add that member to this list and then get all the users in this list, take all that users and navigate through all these users and push that new users UID in all their member lists. And then finally, we need to get into the new users UID and then add all the members whom we have just pushed into this list. This seems like a lot of work, right? So how can we simplify this? We need a very simple version of this same. We need to achieve that in our group chats. How can we do this? So the simplest way would be the first time the user ID is getting created, right? Random users UID 1. Okay, I'll zoom this and maybe turn the camera a bit. This is a risky thing. The tripod itself is balanced. You can see now, right? Random UID 1. So under this it will have the group name 1, and under this there will be the message board which will have all the messages and the members list. Now the simplest way, I am simplifying this a bit. Okay, what you are going to do is when I am adding a member to this group, what I'll do is rather than having a members list for him specifically, I'll simply like random UID 2. This will be the member, right? What I'll do is I'll create a node for his group 1, and inside this I'll have a message board, and instead of having a members list, I'll simply have a key value called creator, and inside this I'll store RUID 1, the person who created this group. Okay, this is this overhead thing is literally killing me. How am I going to show you guys? Maybe I'll move the chart up a bit and then I should have probably started writing like this instead of writing like this. I thought it would make more sense, but it became nonsense. You guys are able to see now, right? This area is entirely there for the taking, so I'll just start doing it this way, I guess. Anyway, where was I? We will create a creator key value pair called creator, and it will have the person who created this group's UID. So the next time another say for example here I am having RUID3. Okay, so this guy will have group 1 message board, again creator RUID1. Okay, now what's the advantage of doing it like this? What's the advantage of this way over this way? You might ask that question, right? So the advantage of doing it like this instead of this is that how do I say, whenever a message gets sent, okay, whenever a message gets sent, it will be stored on this message board. Then it will be, this members list will have now RUID 2 and RUID 3, right? It will iterate through this members list and then store that message on these two particular message boards, right? That's what will happen, right? Now what you will do is, suppose this RUID3 is trying to send a reply to that message. Okay, imagine that scenario. This RUID3 is trying to send a response to that particular message. So what will happen is, once the message gets sent, it will be stored on his message board first. It will be stored on his message board. Suppose he sends hi, it will be stored on his message board first, and then what will happen is, it will note the creator. The creator here is being the RUID1. It will notice that, and then it will perform another function. It will perform another Firebase call, firebase.database.ref group chats .child RUID1. Where did it get this RUID1? From here. Okay, from the creator RUID we have a thing, right? We have this stored here, right? From here it will get the RUID1, and then inside this it will travel to this group name, and then it will get the list of members from this particular group, and it will iterate through each and every member. First it will splice out its own UID. This RUID3 it will be spliced out, and the remaining rest of the members in the list, it will iterate through them and then push the message to all the other. Say for example, it gets the list as RUID2, here that's visible, right? RUID2, RUID3. How will it get this list? It will simply do as firebase.database.ref group chats.child RUID1, which we are specifying in the creator value. So it will use that, and then RUID1 dot child child group, the group name dot child members. It will get this list. That snapshot will have this list. It will iterate through that snapshot. First it will splice out its own UID from the how will you get its own UID? It will be simply in the sent by, right? In the sent by field of that message. The message will have fields like sent by, timestamp, message, right? So in that sent by field, this UID will be present. So it will say to splice out that UID from this list is pretty much simple. The remaining members of the list will be available to this now. You get my point, right? So far I think I have been speaking too fast. Anyway, that's how it will work, guys. It will the remaining members will be iterated through, and each and every member will get a copy of that message. This guy will get a copy of that message, and whoever is remaining in this list will get a copy of that message. Not only that, it will also push that message to this creator's message board as well, which means that each and every member in that particular group, each and every member's message board in that particular group will have a copy of this message. So this is how group chat can be engineered in your application, guys. If you didn't understand this, it will probably be difficult for you to understand it while we code. If you understand code, then I guess it won't be much of a problem. So yeah, guys, I hope you understood this. Maybe I could explain it in a simpler way later on, because the time is already, the length of the video has already been 23 minutes, I guess. Sorry if this overhead thing didn't work out, kindly let me know. I think I zoomed out a bit, so yeah, I'll fix that in post somehow. So yeah, guys, this is how it works, group chat works. Please kindly post a comment if you didn't understand this, and I'll try to explain it much better. Yeah, so thanks to, wait, I'll come out of this environment. So yeah, you might have seen the video. I hope you understood everything that was said, guys. If you didn't understand anything, don't worry, you'll understand it a bit. You'll understand it better when we start to program this stuff inside our application. So yeah, don't worry about that. Thanks to all my patrons once again. If you aren't a patron and you want to support this channel, kindly help me out. Kindly subscribe to my channel and hit the thumbs up button if you really like this video. Thanks, guys. I'll talk to you guys in my next episode. Bye.